But Shaun, I mean, Christine makes a good point there, but it doesn't seem to me that the RMT and some of the trade union bosses really want to necessarily get round the table. And of course, the government is going to say that it's up to the network operators and the rail companies to do the bidding for themselves rather than for the government to constantly be getting involved in. I mean, what do you make of that, Shaun?
I think the point here is this: where the trade unions will ultimately lose is because they forget the government has no money. This money comes from the public, and there's people outside of the public sector who've taken a real hit and have to face the economy as it is, who pay the bill, who cannot go on strike, who cannot make ends meet and have to accept the fact that their standard of living is going down. And I spoke to someone on a train this morning who was very upset and said that he'd had to take a cut in the hours he works, he has less money to bring home. So why should someone in the public sector who earns more than him, and he was factoring in pensions, he was saying if you get a pension, which he had to do privately, at his level of income, you'd never match what someone in the public sector is going to get. So why should the public sector be insulated from the realities of the economy, and he is not? And that's a kind of long-term question I think the unions will falter on. And ultimately, because of the unions' high level of political activity, because I do think unions are right to represent workers, make sure it's safe to work and all the rest of that, but because of their high level of pure political activity, nobody believes that this isn't about taking the government down. Nobody believes that this isn't about being militant, because you've seen a distinct lack of reality, and also they do not want to compromise. So ultimately, I think they'll lose the argument.